All right. Let's see. I'm good enough. I'm good enough. All right. Good morning, everyone. Let's see. I gotta start YouTube again. Let's see. Let's see. I'm sorry. Let's try this again. I'm so sorry. I just canceled you guys out, and I shouldn't have. Let's try this again. All right, you can tell I didn't feel like doing anything, so I'm having a day. I just am having a day. So let's see if I can do this again. So, welcome to MS Live. I'm your host, Dulci Hill. And this is not going to look very professional because I just wasn't. Hi, Jennifer! I wasn't in the mood. All right. Please stand by while I set everything up. Chris. All right. I think that's good enough. Hi, Paul. All right. Let's get. Hi, Dean. All right. Welcome to MS Live. I'm your host, Dulci Hill, and today's topic is doing what you just don't feel like doing. I got a lot of stuff to share with you. Because hi, Jane. Oh my goodness, how wonderful! Stacy and Dean are here. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Thank you for giving me a thumbs up, Stacy. I felt the love. I'm telling you, hi Renee. Oh, thank you, Chris. I'll tell you, I was sitting on the in bed today, and I'm thinking, I'm so tired. And I didn't take Ritalin. I didn't take anything. So I'm laying there, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I need a bath. I need a bath. I need to wash my hair. I'm just a dirty girl. I'm a skank. I'm laying there, and the kitchen's a mess, and I've been decorating Christmas stuff, and I'm thinking I'm just not in the mood. I'm not in the mood today. So I waited till the last minute. I baked sourdough bread, made my husband breakfast. I fed the dogs. And I left myself an hour to jump in the shower. I did the shower in less than 5 minutes while I had a timer on with the bread. There's something about being under a timeline that gets you excited, and it's like I can do it, and I did. All right, I'm getting just a ton of notifications, and it just. All right. Susan's here. Okay, so in 5 minutes, disability. I was able to get in the shower not fall, and get out and put on my face, and I'm thinking, and then put on my hair, fix it, and it's. I was able to do it, and I think the pressure of a time period that you got to meet by a certain time, it helps. Think about when you're running late for a doctor's appointment, when you have a time period you have to get something done by, because there's other people who are dependent upon you. I'll give you an example. Both dogs had to go to the vet today. at 10:45. And, I'm going to take them to the vet. I'm thinking that this COVID stuff, you pull up, the vet comes out and gets the dogs. It 10:45. It's good to have people have a demands on you. I'm thinking if the more demands, the more likely you are to do something, getting out. And it's not like a social demand, like your mom wants you to come. Hi, Maze. Your mom wants you to come over and bring dinner. It's like, run late. You can run late on that. Gina's here. And that's true. Everything takes 2 hours unless you have a doctor's appointment that you need to get medication filled. And the only way you'll get medication filled is if the doctor sees the white of your eyes. And it's amazing. Hi, Mace. It's amazing that you can actually roll out of bed. No, Susan, what Jane is saying is that we are a mess, right? Oh, I'm sorry. Jane has COVID there, and she is having an attack. Lord, I ask you to carry Jean and her husband through this, especially during the flare and this COVID. Lord, just make this all happen for her. Make this happen. All right, all right, we got company. We got dogs, and we've got friends. But anyway, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I lost my train of thought because I saw in the background, the studio had company. I'm so sorry. Interesting. You're on medication, Jane, and what is interesting is that I've been reading that a lot of medication that we're on with MS fights this COVID. So I'm wondering, how are you doing with COVID? And how did your husband get it? Hi there. Oh gosh, from across the pond. You're across the pond. And it's so good to see you. So all right, we're talking about doing something even if you don't want to do it, and it really helps when there is a time constraint. It's one thing doing something for ourselves. If you notice, I noticed I like to eat breakfast at about 8:30, 9 o'clock, and I just haven't been eating breakfast because I haven't been in the mood to make breakfast. Yesterday, my husband made me, hi Michelle, made me eggs, and that was just eggs and toast. Michelle is watching this right now, and she's getting her Tisabri infusion. Oh my gosh, let me channel through you because I felt wonderful on Tisabri. I wish I was with you. Oh my gosh, Tisabri is just, I love Tisabri. I loved it. You know what? And Jennifer's talking about a study. She read a study where interferon beta was used to treat COVID. Anyway, Michelle, God bless you. God bless you with the Tisabri. Just thinking about you receiving a vein full of Tisabri gives me energy. All right. I just don't know. All right. For some reason, I changed my phone ringer, and it's pretty, isn't it? It's pretty. Uh, uh, so what I'm going to do is turn off the ringer. Rob, all right, Canada. Snow. Snow is like a nasty word to me because um, uh, you know what, Michelle? All right, snow is a nasty word because that means slip and fall for me. Uh, Jennifer, Michelle, I want to let you know that Jennifer is sending you positive energy during your Tisabri infusion. So, Jennifer, God bless you for calling out. And again, this is an interactive. Today, I'm really stressing the interactive. So it's all going to make a lot of sense. I'm going to try to hold together, but I love how you're a blessing to each other, and Jennifer is sending you positive energy, Michelle. Yeah, we've all been sitting there, and yeah, I think about the infusions I've gotten, and uh, the worst part of the infusion was when they tried to find a just 1 minute, when they tried to find a vein. All right. Select. All right, volume's off. All right, when they tried to find a vein, when they, that's the worst. And there's tricks about how you can get your vein prepped, right? And what you want to do is drink a boatload of water the day before, just a boatload. And in the morning, drink 2 big glasses of water. And what you're going to do is before your infusion, lift some weights, like grab some heavy weights and do some bicep curls, pump up those veins. And a half an hour before your infusion, eat a little chocolate or something, that sugar makes those veins come to the surface. And I know that because the neonatal nurse that used to come in and try to get my veins because nobody else could. Apparently, I was a hard stick. I didn't know I was a hard stick, but my veins tend to roll. So that will help. Those 3 things. Let me see, and also ask the nurse, "Are you a good stick?" Ask for the best sticks in the IV ward, or in the in the ward. Say, I need the best stick. Don't let a brand new nurse who's trying things out, she needs to practice on potatoes. I need somebody who's very good. Chris talks about her veins are really good. Her veins are really good. I've been getting IV since I've been consistently since for 30 years. Hi, Melissa. So what happens is you get little scars on your veins. This here's my best vein, and you get scars on your veins. Hi, Antolia. Where do you live, Antolia? That is a good Italian. Is that Italian, Antolia? Hi there, pretty girl. You know what? Aren't we all? Texas and Dolios. You know what? My name is Dulci. Dulce. And a lot of people can say, "Where do you live, Dulce? Where do you live? You have this Italian name, Dolce Vita, Dulcinea. Where do you live?" I'm a Jersey girl. I'm a Jersey girl, born in California, all over. Home is where you hang your hat, right? Antonio. Am I saying it right? It's you've got a sing-song name. It's really fun. Melissa, and Francis, I hated my name in high school. If any of my high school alumni are watching, you guys tortured me in elementary school. Dulci. I was Dogsy, Ducky, just awful. Hated it when I was a kid. Then I grew up and I am the Dulce, like Cher. And Dolia, you don't need a last name, right? Who needs a last name? Hi, Larry. Larry and Sheila and Lynn. Hi. Who needs a last name when you got a first name like that? Not to say that Chris and Jennifer and Jane aren't beautiful names. In fact, when I was in high school, I wanted to be Diane, Chris, Jane, anything. I would have been anything. Anna. Oh, Anatolia. I see that. You are the Anna. You put the Anna's come. And Destiny. Destiny. Oh, beautiful. Oh, Destiny, you have. Did we get another original name? And Destiny, did you like your name when you were in school? When you were, when no one else liked it? It's Chris Allen. But that's pretty. I'm reading. Yeah, I needed something good in my life. Yeah, I needed something good in my life. So I'm reading Anne of Green Gables. And it is a classic. And what's so beautiful about her is that it's Anne. She says, Anne is ANN is so boring. So please call me ANN with an E. Spell it with an E because that's exotic. That's romantic. And it's I like stories that just just paint a beautiful just from it's imagination and Robert, I'm going to talk about that in a minute. So Anne, and what she decided to do is Green Gables, Anne of Green Gables. All right, D3. Let's see. No, some call me D3 son. All right, Destin. Okay, Robert talks about. All right, stand by. MS. Robert has a symptoms. He needs all of our help there. He has a basket full of serious symptoms consistent with MS. Let's see, and his MRI showed 10 brain lesions, but he has to wait 12 months to see a neurologist. Okay, so think about when you were diagnosed or when you weren't, when you knew you had MS, waiting, how long? All right. We had to wait for a long time to see a doctor. A lot of us had to wait a long time to be diagnosed. Robert, here's I've had MS for 37 years. And that's from my first symptoms. I was diagnosed in 93, but they traced it back. My first symptoms in 84. I remember in 95 going in for an MRI. and I had been diagnosed, and I'll talk about the advantages of being diagnosed. And the MRI showed chickenpox. My brain had chickenpox. And I walked out of the MRI because it was walking, it was normal, and there was sitting a couple of nurses and I think it was a doctor, and they're staring at the the teleprompter, the results of the X-ray, and I walked up behind them, and I'm just looking because I love X-rays. I love medical. I love surgery. I love watching this stuff, and they just are shocked. But let me tell you something. I looked at them. I said, you know what? That's my MRI. You guys are looking at it like horrified at how many lesions. Oh my gosh, it was, think about that. 95. That was in 95. What year is it now? That was back then. All right, just because you have a lot of lesions, Robert, doesn't mean that those lesions affect or will have permanent damage. You said you have a lot of symptoms. Are they, you don't have to be diagnosed to be treated for an MS exacerbation or any kind of exacerbation. Has anybody treated you with, say, steroids, or because your body's in inflammation? That's what happens with us when we have these symptoms. Our body reacts. It's like, think about when you, let's say you've got think about a rash. What happens with that rash? The rash it gets inflamed, right? It gets, your immune system works like crazy to heal it, and it creates this inflammation. What do? We get what do? We get cortisone, hydrocortisone cream, and we put it on top of it, and that reduces the inflammation, and it doesn't look as angry. It reduces that, and it gets really it gets it can heal. One of the things with MS is that, or with any sort of attack we have that causes these difficulties, is that there's swelling on the nerves, and when there's swelling, right? Think about it. There now you have a nerve, and it's got a hole on it, and there's swelling. That hole is bigger. That nerve's exposed, and we're not doing as well. So when there's inflammation, what they do is they give us steroids, and the reason why they give us steroids is very much like cortisone, hydrocortisone. It is a steroid. It's an internal ice job. It reduces the inflammation, and it reduces the size of that hole. It may even stop. It may stop that symptom. Okay, now, Robert, I don't know about MS. I'm sorry, Canada, how they treat. There are a couple people in the group, and maybe you're watching. I don't know about the healthcare in Canada. What kind of advice can you give Robert, who has not been officially diagnosed with MS, but is having symptoms that and he can't get in to see a neurologist for 12 months? What can he do in the United States? Now let me do a disclaimer, Robert. I'm not a doctor. So I can, and neither is any advice you get here. So we can give you advice as far as being comforted, but, and even I'm talking medical stuff because I love medical stuff. But again, I'm not a doctor, and each person has a different reaction. and there's a chance you don't even have MS. There's a chance you have brain lesions, but there's a lot of diseases that are consistent with brain lesions. And I can't diagnose you. I just can't do it. All right, can you go to in the United States? We go to, you know what, Gina. But Gina she's in Canada and she can give you advice. Tell me, is there an urgent care in the United States? We have an urgent care. We can go and they'll treat this acute symptoms. Acute, and he's having acute. Acute means like an accident or something that happens suddenly. MS is chronic and it's long gone. So it's, believe it or not, they don't. Most medical places don't, or practitioners don't look at it as an emergency. When we're first diagnosed with MS, I love neurologists because isn't an emergency. I had the neurologist on the phone all the time, and everything was an emergency. All right, Gina. Or what's the story with steroids? And can he get that? Or again, I'm acting like, or I'm talking like I know that steroids are Robert's solutions, and I got a lot of nerve. I don't know. I don't know. You know what? Exactly. Gina is wonderful, and you're telling me she is asking Robert, what do they say? Because Robert has been to the emergency room twice, and all right, yeah, yeah. All right. Robert's symptoms. He's got blurry vision in his right eye. It's consistent with optic neuritis. He's got loss of balance, extreme fatigue, burning and itching hands. It's paresthesia, it's called. Electrical shooting pains. It's not Babinski-Lermit syndrome. Robert, go to msfrontiers.org. Go there, and it's got medications, it's got symptoms of MS and what you can do to get aid for them. Get aid for each symptom. Let's see. Anybody else? Anybody on Facebook have some advice? So please, Robert, go to msfrontiers.org and look at the resources. That website is our website, and it's by people with MS, and it is there for you, for people with MS. So it is there for all of us with MS. To look. What do you do when you have itchy scalp? You are so itchy. What do you do? And there's a solution. Here's one of the solutions. Is you take apple cider vinegar and you mix it with water, apple cider vinegar and water, and you spray it, let's say, on your scalp. And then when you go to sleep, you don't have bloody pillow. You don't scratch. Also, you cut your fingernails real short like I just did. Susan, let's see. All right. Hi, Tammy. I gotta drink some coffee because I talk about fatigue. All right, so I wasn't going to take a shower this morning because I was going to go to the gym pool. It's outside, and the temperature, I check the temperature every morning when I get out of bed to decide, am I going to swim today? What's the story? So it's at 66 degrees. So I'm thinking, oh my gosh, it's December in Maryland. 66 degrees is swimming. I'm going to swim outside, and it's a heated pool. So hi, Angela. So I'm kind of excited about that. And my husband said, Dulci, it's only going to be 43 degrees today. And or 44, and he said, yeah, it's not true. My phone, that's a 20-degree difference. My phone says it's going to be a lot warmer. So I started looking at that, and a couple of times I looked back and forth, and I was, for some reason, I was getting the temperature in Cambria, California. So I'm not gonna be flying. Hi, Jada. I'm not gonna be flying to California to swim. So I started. I thought, oh my gosh! All right, jump in the shower, wash my hair. I have an appointment on Friday. 6 months. This is how cheap I am. 6 months. 6 months since I've got my hair cut. So all the blonde is I'm going, it's winter. I'm gonna go back to the darker Dulci. Darker Dulci. It's I love being a girl, see, look at my roots. Isn't it fun to be a girl? Isn't it? Not to say it's not fun to be a boy. There's a big difference between babies when they're born, and I just love this study. When the mobiles you hang over for babies' cribs, well, they did a study, and only little boys care about them. They look up and they're like, the shapes, and they're spinning. Little boys like mobiles. Baby boys like that. Little girls, they're like, all right, where's mama? When mama picks you up, little girls look at faces, look at, glasses, and reach for faces. That is, yeah, it's huge. It's huge. Whereas if you hold a baby boy will go for your necklace, will go for your earrings. He likes the shapes, not the face so much. It's like you can talk to the boy, and the boy's looking around. You babies there's huge difference between boys and girls, and it starts as a baby. No, you know what? It's all right. Uh, all right. You know what? MS, and there's so much. Call. You know what? Here, Robert. What is a great just a great advice is, hi Monica, great advice is that, Robert, give the MS Society in Canada, give them a call, the MS Society, and explain your situation to them. Explain it. They have patient advocates, and you know what? Getting help from a patient, another MS patient, is not as good as getting help from somebody who is used to fighting, taking them on. Great advice, great. Yeah, it is, and Citizen is talking about Shift MS. It's a forum, Shift MS. Is that a website, Shift MS, or is it on Facebook, or is it? Please elaborate. And how are you today, it's Monica is in India. Yes. How are you doing today? So, all right. So, I'm thinking MS. So many people on YouTube, on just everywhere I look, say MS sucks. MS sucks. Right in the Bible, think about it. I believe it's in Hebrews. It says Paul was in jail. He was sitting there in jail, and he says, "I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength." And I think about that. Uh, uh, and I think about that, and I think it's not that he was climbing Mount Everest or he's thinking I can accomplish all things. Uh, what he was doing is he's sitting in prison in a yucky, miserable place to be sitting there, and today I was sitting on the couch and I'm thinking I can't do MS. It's the quadriplegic woman. She's a Christian woman. Hi, Denise, and she talks about some days she wakes up and she's like, I can't do that. Well, it's very much like sitting in prison. We can do all things. We can do all things. We can be in any situation if we just practice looking at what is good instead of what is bad. Yeah, it sucks. I was so stiff I couldn't bend my knees to get out of bed, and I was worried about making the toilet. And I'm thinking if I'm spastic, so yeah, I'm thinking, oh, that sucks, and my feet are cold, and I'm thinking, so so I found myself going down that track of counting all the things that sucked instead of sitting back and saying, you know, at least I have a beautiful floor to be on. At least my shoulders are warm, and I actually I take the baclofen. It's instead of waiting until 10 o'clock, just take it right now. It's right there. So I pull out the medication. I took it right. Why am I set myself up for failure? There is no reason. It's to find the good things that are happening. Yeah, am I tired? I'm thinking, yeah, I'm tired. I gotta get up. I gotta clean the kitchen, finish putting the Christmas lights on the Christmas ornaments on the tree without breaking them this year. I've broken one so far. Let's see how many I break. And they used to be so important to me. These beautiful heirloom Christmas ornaments, but every time I break one, I think, well, that's less to pack. And they're I mean, some are World War II. it's I put the lights all out front. Think about it. How important is stuff? I mean, I don't have kids. Who am I going to leave all this stuff to? I can leave it to my nephews, but honestly, nobody in this generation doesn't care about heirlooms the way we cared about heirlooms. It's just stuff. It's just stuff. And if it gets in the way and it trips you, it needs to be either put in place where it won't trip you or thrown out. So sit back and instead of a heirloom, I had a World War II military. It was a army guy that was made by a Japanese when the military was occupying Japan. My grandfather was in the military. That's him back there. He was in Japan. So my grandmother got this Christmas ornament that they made for well, I unpacked it. It was so beautiful. It was glass. went to hanging on the tree, broke it in a million pieces. And I'm looking at that, and I'm thinking, that doesn't change the fact that he was in Japan, and I remember that, and it's stuff. It's just stuff. It's all stuff. What's good? Am I going to be sad about something that broke that was special to me? What's special? What's special is that I'm putting up the tree again. It's artificial. What's special? Look at what's positive. Look at what's positive. It's just, and the stuff that we cling to, the stuff we buy on Amazon. I'll tell you, I was sitting out front. I was taking the Christmas lights off of a couple wreaths I had, and I thought, yeah, too many lights, too much lights. I want them in the bushes, just not on the wreaths hanging. So I'm taking off the lights, and it's a hot mess. And the Amazon lady comes up, and sweet gal, my golden retriever, decides he's gonna run up and let her know that she's loved, and I threw the miniature schnauzer in, so because people don't feel love when a miniature schnauzer comes up like devil dog at you. So and she walked up, and I just started. I said, she had Jersey plates, and it's Maryland. I said, you come down from Jersey? And she said, no. And I said, I want you to know that the golden retriever loves you. And she says, he's a big dog. And I'm doing small talk. I said, yeah. And the problem with golden retrievers, especially mine, is that he doesn't have a loyal bone in his body. So he's a trained service dog, and you can take him home right now, and he'll be your trained service dog. He is not loyal. He is not loyal. It is. You know what? The way I'd like to. I've been praying. There's something that is we have to start doing here. I have to figure out how I can bring you guys on. So it's a split screen, and I'll interview you. And so, Frank, I see that I have an opportunity to bring you on camera, and it would be a split screen. So I'm what I'm gonna ask you guys to do on YouTube. So anybody who is not YouTube, anybody who's on Facebook, if you can, let's see, follow me on YouTube, and you want to be interviewed on this on YouTube thing, so just jump on this. And what I'll do is I'll bring you on. I'll ask you a couple questions, and we'll play so that the world can see this isn't my show; it's your show. Thank you, Chris. I had good intentions, but what do they say? The path to hell is paved with good intentions. It truly doesn't matter how good our intentions is. What it means. Jada, good. Jada, are you my Facebook friend, or you follow me on Facebook? Jada, definitely. Jada. Oh, Jada. All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I missed a couple great questions there. Jada, she wanted to know if primary progressive, no, do people with MS do okay if they get the coronavirus? And statistically, I've followed that. I've asked, I've looked at the studies. It shows we do better with coronavirus than the average person, and it may be because of being on medications that reduce the inflammation. Some of the medications, the disease modifying medications we take they battle think about it, they battle disease, their disease modifying medications, and MS is like a virus in our body, and the coronavirus is like a virus, and for some reason the same medications seem to affect this COVID virus. The other thing that Jada, you know what? What's my Facebook? All right, YouTube and Facebook. I am Dulci Hill. Dulci Hill. There's not many Dulci Hills in the world. I believe it or not, I do think that there is a couple others, but I'm the only one that is out there. All right. The second thing is Jada's talking about her daughter being diagnosed with MS, and they, what it is that they find those of us with MS, even if it doesn't run in your family, it could. They find that there is a gene that we each have that allows us to be susceptible. Hi, Gwen. That allows us to be susceptible for making that virus, setting that virus off, the MS virus. What baclofen works for spasticity. I take so all right. So you have this gene, and say it looks like my grandmother, my mother's mother, may have had MS. So many other people in my family don't have it. So say I was born with this gene because I have MS. I was born with a susceptibility. It takes different things, just like cancer. It takes mutations in order to set it off. So I happen to, and perhaps it takes mutations to set off MS. So if you eat very poorly for a period of time, if you have a head injury, that's been linked. So a serious injury, they say the results after pregnancy, the trauma of pregnancy sometimes sets it off. Let me think. Throat infections when you're a child, repeated throat, tonsillitis, strep throat, that kind of thing sets it off. Being raised in an area where you don't have a lot of vitamin D, that's another factor that could set it off. There just are so many. Let me think. Smoking. Smoking is another factor. So you may have obesity isn't a factor. So you may have some or all or not. Some or all, and it's kind of like you're going through life, and if all these stars line up, if all these mutations affect your genes in a certain way, these chromosome damage, then it can ignite the sequence that starts MS. That is what I have my research over 30 years. That is the most common consistency I see. So you have one, you have a few of these things. Another thing is hi Dennis. You have a period of your life where you're under so much stress, depression, just devastating stress. That is another factor that can set it off. A lot of times you have to have a number of these factors in order to make these things happen or start this gene. So there's a number of people, if you notice in your family, that may have that gene and never get MS. Nobody in my family has MS, but then again, how many people? I mean, I've experienced everything. It's just the repeat concussions, the just throat infections, the head injuries, the eating poorly, just a dramatic emotional situation. And I smoked. All right, what else? Okay, so all right, now back to you, Jada. With your daughter having MS, the good thing is that you can now, if you're diagnosed with MS, there's so many medications right now that hi Maribel, hi Anita. There's so many medications that there's no reason to believe that your daughter's going to have a good rough go of it. All right, Dennis is uh, Dennis mentions that we all have hyperimmune system, which is true. People with MS, you know what, Dennis? It's funny. I think we're fighters. We're scrappers, and I think our immune system is scrappers too. And Dennis talks about being a scrapper. It's our immune system's out to kill anything that is not part of its own body. Then it gets confused and starts attacking itself. One of the things, the word antibody means your immune system is set up to attack anything that is not part of the body. All right, that means we have good cells, that fighter cells, antibody cells that look in our bodies for antibodies. That is an antibody. Unfortunately, we've got a mad dog cell that looks at the myelin as an antibody. That myelin, the insulation on the nerve, that's not authorized. That's an antibody. That's an antibody. And it's like, so it's friendly fire. We destroy ourselves with friendly fire. It's kind of like when you get in a fight with your kids or your spouse or your mom. It's like you want to kill them. Think about I watch medical shows, and I watch trauma medical shows. Think about when a father shoots. Think of Marvin Gaye, right? His father shot him. That's friendly fire. That's not right. And I'm not laughing at that, but I'm saying that we are our own worst enemies. When we attack people we love, and when our bodies inside, I think it's a symptom. You start to get anyway, your body starts attacking itself. It's antibody. So think of the word antibody. Are we? We just, unfortunately, it took me 30, probably 25 years to find the word love. You just gotta love everything. You gotta love MS. You gotta love our bodies despite having MS. Don't think of MS. Don't think of the difficulties. Don't think of the Christmas ornaments you break because you can't feel your fingers. Otherwise, everything we concentrate that is not that is bad, we're feeding the antibodies. Let's feed. All right, this is a stretch. I don't know if you're following me, but it seems logical. It just seems logical to me. Is there a way we can feed the good things in our life? All right, let's not attack our myelin. Let's not attack our family. Let's not attack the focus on the broken ornaments. So, does that, am I making any sense, Susan? It's just, the stuff we break is stuff. The antibodies. Oh my gosh, we take medication to shut it down. Shut it. Just, why can't we all get along? Why can't our immune system, these faulty genes, just get along? You know what, Jada? That's a problem. When we're mad at the world, we're hateful about what's going on in the world, we're antibodies, right? We're anti-world. We're antibodies. We are MS. We are, the problem. If those words come out of your mouth, the problem with the world is, there is a guy, it was an editor of a magazine in England that said the problem with the world, he has all the readers write in what the problem in the world is. And everybody was saying the problem is the Democrats, the Republicans, the problem is the haters, the problem is the people, the lovers, the ones that sleep with anybody, or that's a problem. And a famous poet, hi Tim, I haven't seen you in a while. A famous poet wrote into the editor and said, the problem with the world is me. And I think, yeah, absolutely, right? Because we're antibodies, we're anti-world, we're symptoms of MS, right? If why can't we get along? But then again, why can't we have MS? And we are, if anything, we can learn from this disease, these white blood cells, these antibodies, right? If we can vision ourselves as being antibodies, we're attacking things we should be loving, right? And these antibodies, these white blood cells that we take medication to get along with our bodies, right? Think about it. Did you make the leap with me? Is that I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So here's our exercise, and I'll ask you about this on Thursday. Here's our exercise. Every time something pisses you off, every time somebody doesn't act right, I love it. I got a wow on YouTube and I got a wow on Facebook. So I must have Rodney King. All right. But the problem is that that is a snake there. So the problem, what we have to do is every ornament you break, every time you fall, every time you're like, MS sucks, my neighbor sucks, the trash man didn't pick up half of the garbage this morning, that trash man sucks, oh my gosh, instead of being an antibody and creating inflammation in the world, let's look at the world. Let's try not to be MS with medication. Let's be on our own medication. Let's let the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, teach us to love. All right, we're going to love. You know what? And I really think that if we can alter our minds to let go of stuff, let go. Oh my gosh, this is heavy, isn't it? I'm sorry. I've gotten heavy. All right, let's I fall a lot too. But when Jada, when I'm laying on the floor, if you fall, you don't have to think about, I've fallen again. Think about what's around you. Oh, this is a nice carpet I'm laying on, or whatever. Try to find some good in everything. Anyway, I love you. If I prayed to God to guide this. I don't know. I don't know. So if you don't, I serve you because I believe God wants me to, and He provides me with these words. So if you've gotten anything out of this, please subscribe on YouTube and or on Facebook and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Go to msfrontiers.org if you don't know Jesus Christ and you want to know what it's like to be at peace and accept Him as your Lord and Savior. Oh, that's all you have to do. Just ask Jesus. Jesus, you know what? I done it all my way, and I don't want to be an antibody. I want to love everything, Lord. So I just, yeah, I know that I am a sinner, and I accept your way as the Savior, Lord. I know that you died, your body was broken, and you died for my sins, Lord. I just asked you to cleanse me with the blood, with your blood, Lord, and guide my life. Show me beauty in life. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Anyway, I love you all. I will see you on Thursday. See let's do this. Let's do this. Everyone can testify on Thursday how God showed you something beautiful. All right, so I want to know how we all are pretending not to be antibodies. Let's be bodies. We're going to be bodies of Christ, and not antibodies, anti-world. Anyway, I love you. God bless you. Please subscribe and keep coming back.